Yo, what's up internet? I just want to do a quick announcement that I do plan on doing a watch along for all of the wildcard games. The only one that might not happen is the one on ESPN against the Chiefs, because the ESPN app is crap. Anyway, Jon Gruden is practically guaranteed to be the coach of the Oakland Raiders for the next 5 years or so with his 10-year, $100 million contract. I personally am not as high on him as everyone else. Anyway, let's go over the pros and cons. First and foremost, Jon Gruden is a good coach. His overall record is 95 wins and 81 losses. He's not Bill Belichick or Mike Tomlin, but that is a record of a pretty good coach. He knows his football and produces. This isn't a young and upcoming or unproven coach. Gruden has won a Super Bowl, and that can never be taken away from him. He's shown what he can do, and has only not been coaching because he was waiting for the right opportunity. Secondly, he's an X's and O's guy. He's all about schemes and planning. He loves to draw and design plays and gets his players in the best position. He will call the plays and will be very involved with the game plan. He's proven to be an excellent schemer with an offensive mind. We've seen how this offense works with an average coach in Bill Musgrave and a horrible one in Todd Downing. In the end, I think Gruden is the coach to maximize the potential of this team. Third, and even more importantly, Jon Gruden is a quarterback guy. You can see it in the quarterback camps he did for ESPN. His coaching pedigree is built around the quarterback. If there's anybody who can maximize Derek Carr's potential, Jon Gruden is that guy. He goes through the details with his quarterback and expects his quarterback to know as much as he does. Derek Carr has a high ceiling and now has an offensive team in place for him to finally reach it. At number 4, he's a rock star head coach. He's a big brand name coach and he can get the best coordinators. Coaches will leave their current positions for the same position with the Raiders. Everyone who follows football knows who Jon Gruden is. He will attract free agents and create a buzz within the Raiders organization. He could very well be the face of their franchise. There's no true way to test this, but he might be the best coach available outside of Jim Harbaugh. For the last pro, he provides another branch for Oakland. The Raiders are leaving Oakland and must create fan interest. Similar to Marshawn Lynch, Gruden gives Oakland a reason to come and watch the games. His history of success in Oakland makes everything fit so well. He just belongs as a Raiders coach. He knows the city and is a fan of the team, and Raider Nation loves him. He's loud, and his snarl fits the identity of the Oakland Raiders. First, we start with the biggest negative. He hasn't coached since 2008. This is an entirely different generation with totally different players. Twitter wasn't even a thing when he finished coaching. He might still be involved with football, but this is still a lot of time. More importantly, the game has changed completely. Football changes from year to year, and it seems like the time apart is forever. Secondly, he's not a player's coach and preaches discipline. Jack Del Rio was totally a player's coach. Del Rio's schemes were questionable, but the players love him. Gruden will hound on each and every player for every mistake they make, and it can wear on a player. I personally think the Raiders could use that kind of discipline, but not all players can take that. Imagine being 12-1 and the coach yelling at you for not holding the ball right. Players might start to despise him after a while. At number 3, this has to do with the last point, but he could take his toll on Derek Carr. Gruden is a quarterback guy and will go over every detail with Carr and expect him to study. As Rich Gannon warned, Gruden might expect Carr to be something he's not. He will grind on Carr and expect him to study hard and be a more vocal leader. That might not be something Derek Carr does, as he's been mostly a lead-by-example guy. Also, the scheme that Gruden runs and the style that Derek Carr plays are different, and they must find a way to make it work. Gruden's style is more quick rhythm, and Carr is much more of a gunslinger. Fair or not, how he works with Derek Carr will ultimately decide how he is as a coach. At number 4, I don't want to count another man's money, but the contract is reported to be 10 years, $100 million. That is a lot of money and the security that comes with it. Mark Davis better be right. Coaches' contracts don't count against the salary cap, but Gruden is guaranteed at least 4 years. He reminds me a lot of Jim Harbaugh. He will give the team immediate success, but he wears on players and staff. His coaching style catches fire in a bottle, but I don't think it works long-term wise. If things don't work out 3 years in, Gruden might still stick around for the sole reason of his contract. He's given a lot of power, and that's not always the best strategy. Lastly, Jon Gruden hasn't shown the ability to develop and build a team from the ground up. Granted, he's never had a quarterback like Derek Carr, and Carr will be the quarterback if everything goes well. However, he must find a way to develop young talent. The The Raiders are extremely talented, but still have very much to learn and are very young. Gruden's past success comes almost entirely of established veterans and leaders. Davis is betting a lot on a coach to do something he hasn't previously shown he can do.